My apartment burned down, and my family filmed it laughing. 1 year later, they said it was karma. Hi, I'm Daniel Moore, I'm 34, and the night my apartment burned down was the night I finally understood that my family had never been on my side. Not a metaphorical fire. Not some dramatic exaggeration. An actual fire. Sirens. Smoke so thick it scraped my throat raw. Flames climbing up the side of my small rental townhouse on the south edge of Austin, eating through drywall and furniture like it was nothing. I was standing barefoot on the curb in gym shorts and a stretched-out college t-shirt, hands still shaking from pulling my phone out of my pocket when the alarm went off. I hadn't even processed that everything I owned was burning. Then my family showed up. Not running. Not panicked. They pulled up slow, like they were arriving early for reserved seating. My mother stepped out first, phone already raised. She looked at the flames, tilted her head, and smiled. Not a nervous smile. Not shock. A satisfied one. Well, she said lightly, framing the fire in her camera. Guess karma finally caught up with you. My father crossed his arms beside her. I told you this place was bad energy. He added. Some people just bring disaster wherever they go. They didn't ask if I was hurt. They didn't ask if I had insurance. They didn't ask where I was going to sleep. They filmed. My younger brother laughed and said, Damn, Dan, this is gonna do numbers online. My sister asked if the fire trucks were blocking the best angle. At one point my mom said, Hold on, don't move, this lighting is actually kind of cinematic. I wish I were exaggerating. Someone joked. This is what happens when you walk away from family. Like the universe itself had issued a correction notice. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't give them a reaction they could crop into a reel later. I just stared at my mother's phone, memorizing the sound of their laughter layered over the crack of collapsing wood. Then I ordered a rideshare, turned my back on my burning home, and left them standing there with their content. A year later, I walked back into their lives without flames, without revenge, without touching a single match, and still watched everything they built quietly collapse without me lifting a finger. I grew up in the Moore family, where everything was performance, and nothing was real unless someone could post it. My mother, Linda, built her entire personality around being a strong, relatable mom. Her socials were full of perfectly plated dinners, real talk, captions, and long posts about gratitude and resilience, usually written while someone else handled the consequences of her decisions. My father, Greg, ran a small contracting business and loved talking about discipline, accountability, and hustle. The kind of guy who said, no handouts, while quietly letting overdue notices pile up in a junk drawer because dealing with them was stressful. My sister Kara, 2 years older than me, lived for optics. Engagement photos, styled brunches, mood boards for a wedding she hadn't fully paid for yet. Everything had to look effortless, even when it was being held together with credit cards and favors. And my brother Liam, the youngest, was always this close to a breakthrough. Dropshipping, crypto, flipping electronics, you name it. Every plan was temporary. Every loan was short-term. Every failure was somehow someone else's fault. In their story, they were all main characters. I wasn't. I was the quiet one who fixed things. I moved out at 22, traded the noisy family house for a modest rental on the south side of Austin where nobody asked me for anything unless I answered the phone. I worked in financial operations for a logistics software company, basically the guy who made sure numbers lined up so disasters didn't happen. Ironically, the only place my skills were treated as disposable was at home. Can you just skim this contract? My mom would say. Can you check if this looks right before I send it? My dad asked, already handing me a stack of receipts. These numbers are giving me anxiety. Kara complained, sliding her laptop across the table. Quick question. Liam texted, never quick, always expensive. At first I didn't mind. It felt good to be useful. To be the calm one. The reliable one. But they never learned. They never thanked me. They never tried to do it themselves. They treated me like an app. Open when needed, closed when inconvenient. So one night, after yet another quick favor, I opened a fresh spreadsheet and titled it Family Ledger. Not because I wanted to bill them. Because I needed proof I wasn't imagining how drained I felt. Every tax form I fixed for my dad, I logged it. Every budget I rebuilt for Kara, I logged it. Every portal I navigated for my mom, every loan I tracked for Liam, I logged it. On camera, we were a tight-knit family chasing dreams. Off camera, I was the invisible infrastructure holding their lives together. And the night my home burned while they laughed? That was the moment every single entry in that spreadsheet stopped feeling small. The morning after the fire, I woke up in a cheap roadside hotel with a popcorn ceiling and curtains that didn't quite close. For a few seconds I forgot where I was. Then the smell hit me, smoke, soaked into my hair, my clothes, my skin. And it all came rushing back. I reached for my phone out of muscle memory. No missed calls from my family. No. Are you okay? No. Do you need anything? But there were notifications. A text from Liam with a blurry photo of my burned townhouse, still wrapped in yellow tape. He'd added 3 fire emojis and the caption, "New open concept design." Someone forwarded me Kara's Instagram story. A brunch table. Mimosas. Smiling faces. Her caption read, "Some people burn bridges and then act shocked when they're alone." My mom had posted a carousel from the night before, family photos, cozy lighting, comments full of goals and "love this energy." Like she hadn't said what she said while my life was literally on fire. I put the phone face down on the nightstand because I was afraid I'd throw it. Instead, I opened my email. Fire department report. Insurance claim forms. Itemized loss documentation. Cold, boring adult things. I ordered bad hotel coffee, opened my laptop, and slipped into the same mode I'd used for years to save everyone else: calm, detached, efficient. I filled out forms. Uploaded photos. Scheduled calls. Followed up. While my family joked online, I rebuilt my life in silence. No one offered me a couch. No one said, "Stay with us." Not even the people who loved posting about family first. The only message that felt human came from a coworker I barely knew. "Hey, heard about the fire. If you need a place to crash or help with paperwork, I'm around." That one sentence hit harder than everything else. Within 2 weeks, my claim was moving. I found a tiny studio, thin walls, creaky floors, but it locked. On my first night there, surrounded by borrowed furniture and boxes that still smelled like smoke, I opened my laptop again. I pulled up Family Ledger. I added a new section and titled it, The Fire. Date. Time. What was lost. What was said. Mom. Karma finally caught up with you. Dad. Some people are just disasters. Family laughed, filmed, left. Under notes, I typed, no one offered help. Rebuilt alone. And that's when it hit me, harder than the fire ever did. If I listed everything I'd done for them, and everything they'd done for me, the balance wasn't just off. It was upside down. A few months passed, and on the surface, my life looked fine. I had my small studio. A routine. A job that didn't know my family existed and didn't need me to save it from itself. I cooked simple meals. I slept through the night again. I stopped jumping every time my phone buzzed. My family, meanwhile, acted like the fire was a funny anecdote that had already aged into a punchline. The group chat never went quiet. Liam dropped memes, dumpsters on fire, cartoon houses exploding. Kara replied with laughing reactions and comments like, "Too soon?" My mom would chime in with, Okay, not in public." Like the real issue was branding. On my birthday, Kara wrote, "Happy birthday, bro. No candles this year, right?" And sent a cake gift shooting fireworks. No one asked how my new place was. No one asked if I wanted to get dinner. They treated the worst night of my life like a running joke. But here's the part that messed with my head. They still expected me to fix things. My dad forwarded an email from his accountant with urgent in the subject line. Can you translate this? I don't have time for this nonsense. Kara sent me her wedding spreadsheet. The planner messed this up. Can you clean it before I send it to the venue? Liam texted a screenshot of his bank balance. If I sell this inventory now, will I survive until next month? My mom called, voice sweet. I got a weird insurance letter and lab results. Can you log in and handle it? Those portals are impossible. It was like the fire never happened. I was still the calculator, the calendar, the safety net. The only thing that had changed was me. I started noticing how they never said please. Never asked if I had time. Never acknowledged that I might not want to help after everything. One Sunday, I ran into my mom at the grocery store. She had her phone out, recording a video about resetting for the week. When she saw me, her smile snapped into place like a filter. You should come to dinner, she said. People keep asking why you're never in my posts. I'm busy, I said. Her smile twitched. You're missing family memories. Later that week, Kara's fiancé messaged me privately. I know they joke too much, he wrote. And yeah, the fire thing was bad. But Kara really needs your help. She's overwhelmed. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I helped. Just a little. And when I logged the time in Family Ledger, I added a new tag next to the entry. After fire. That's when I realized something unsettling. They didn't see the fire as a line they crossed. They saw it as something that happened to me, separate from how they treated me. And as long as I kept fixing their lives, they didn't have to face that. Around the 1-year mark, something in me finally settled. Not healed. Not forgiven. Clear. The anniversary crept up quietly, and I didn't plan to acknowledge it. I was just trying to get through another work week when Kara posted a photo that made my chest go tight. Her and Liam on a rooftop bar, city lights behind them. Caption: 1 year since we let go of toxic energy and started living for real. Some bridges are better burned. Liam commented with a fire emoji. My mom replied, so proud of our growth. My dad added a thumbs up. They didn't tag me. They didn't need to. I was the bridge. I was the toxic energy. They'd watched my home burn and somehow rewritten it into a motivational quote about their healing. That night, I opened my laptop and stared at Family Ledger like it was evidence in a case I'd been ignoring. I filtered by name. My dad's section was endless: quarterly taxes, unpaid invoices, expense tracking, license renewals. Things he'd have paid thousands for if he'd hired a professional. My mom's entries were medical portals, insurance appeals, brand contracts I'd flagged as risky, appointment schedules I'd quietly kept straight while she posted about empowerment. Kara's list was a parade of other people's celebrations, weddings, showers, events, each one I'd made affordable, organized, and stress-free. Liam's tab was a graveyard of small loans and emergency fixes that had slowly trained him to never plan past next week. Looking at it all together, I finally saw the truth. I wasn't a son or a brother to them. I was infrastructure. The moment I stepped out from under their lives, everything would wobble. And for the first time, that thought didn't scare me. It steadied me. So I opened a new section at the top of the page and titled it Exit Plan. Step 1. Identify every account, spreadsheet, login, and responsibility tied to me. Step 2. Transfer ownership back with documentation. Step 3. Stop lending money. No exceptions. Step 4. Stop fixing problems no one respects. I wasn't going to sabotage anything. I wasn't going to delete files or cause chaos. I was simply going to leave. They called the fire karma. Fine. They were about to learn what actually happens when the person holding everything together steps away. I didn't announce my exit with drama. No long explanation. No accusations. No emotional essay they could screenshot and dissect. I sent one message in the family group chat. Hey! I need you all to know I'm stepping back from handling any finances, paperwork, accounts, or planning for you. Over the next few weeks, I'll transfer everything back and remove my access. After that, I won't be available for fixes or emergencies. You'll have everything you need to manage it yourselves." That was it. 3 dots popped up. Disappeared. Reappeared. Liam replied first. "LOL, what? You serious? You mad or something?" Kara followed. "Is this about a joke?" "Come on, don't be dramatic." My mom wrote. "We should talk about this at dinner. Don't make big decisions over text." My dad waited the longest. Then, "Do what you feel you need to, but remember family shows up for each other." That one almost made me laugh. I didn't argue. I didn't justify. I just replied, "This is me not showing up in that role anymore." Then I got to work. I started with my dad. I logged into his accounting software, reconciled everything up to date, exported clean reports, and wrote a plain language summary: what was due, when, and who needed to be paid. I emailed it with clear subject lines and attached instructions. Then I changed the admin email from mine to his and removed my access. A few hours later, my phone buzzed. "Why did I get an alert saying I'm the admin now?" "Because it's yours," I replied. "Everything's current as of today. After this, you'll need to manage it or hire someone." "You're overreacting," he said. "Credentials don't care about opinions." My mom was next. I printed her appointment schedule, outstanding bills, and password reset instructions for every portal I'd managed. I emailed it all with a note: "Here's everything you need going forward." Then I deleted every reminder from my phone that said Mom follow up or Mom lab work. When she called that night, her voice was tight. "Why now?" she asked. "You know I hate this stuff." "Because it's your life," I said calmly. "And you talk about taking control all the time." She sighed. "You're really doing this over a house that was insured?" I didn't correct her. I didn't remind her of her words. I just stepped away. Kara was harder. Her wedding existed inside files I touched everywhere. I cleaned them one last time, left notes explaining what was paid and what wasn't, forwarded vendor threads back to her email, and removed myself. 10 minutes later, she called. I let it go to voicemail. "You can't just drop everything," she said, voice shaking. "You're sabotaging my wedding." "No. I was returning it to its owner." Liam was last. I exported the loan spreadsheet, every dollar I'd floated him, and sent it with one text. "I'm not sending money anymore. Attached is what you already owe. I'm not chasing it. I'm just done adding to it." His replies came fast. "Don't be like this. I just need one more bridge. You're cold." I turned my phone off. For the first time, their emergencies weren't my problem. The fallout didn't explode. It seeped. At first, it was confusion. Then irritation. Then panic, thinly disguised as guilt. My dad sent a photo of an IRS notice. "What is this supposed to mean?" "It means what I've been warning you about for 2 years," I replied. "You need to call them or hire a CPA." Kara flooded my phone with screenshots of vendor emails stacking up. "I don't understand these contracts. Just tell me what to say." I typed a response. Deleted it. "You'll need to read them or talk to your planner." I sent instead. My mom called one evening, breathless. I missed an appointment. They charged me. "That's frustrating," I said. "You might want to put it in your own calendar." Liam's messages turned sharp. "Now I can't restock. You're screwing me over." "No. I just stopped cushioning his falls." Then he cornered me outside a coffee shop near my office. "You're really not helping?" he asked, eyes wide. "I'm done without you. You were done the moment you decided my wallet was part of your business model," I said. "I'm not your investor. I'm your brother. You're going to regret this," he snapped. "When nobody's there for you." I almost laughed. Weeks passed. Consequences stacked up quietly. My dad lost a client after missing a renewal he'd always relied on me to flag. My mom posted less, then vaguely about stress and health, never mentioning late fees or missed follow-ups. Kara downsized her wedding. A small, intimate ceremony replaced the ballroom she'd once raved about. I recognized the spin immediately. She sent one last message. You win. My wedding is ruined. I don't win because it's smaller, I replied. I win because I stopped letting you treat me like a tool. She never responded. My mom tried once more, showing up unannounced at my studio. This family is falling apart, she said. Is this what you wanted? What I wanted, I said evenly, was a family that didn't laugh while my home burned. She waved it off. We handled that badly. But you're letting bitterness destroy everything. You call it bitterness, I said. I call it boundaries. She warned me I'd regret pushing them away. I closed the door gently. After that, the noise faded. Birthdays passed. No messages. No fights. Just distance. Their world didn't collapse overnight. It just stopped being propped up. Hi, it's still me, Daniel, now 35, and the quiet after everything fell apart was the strangest part of all. No more emergency texts. No more late-night calls. No more quick questions. On social media, my family rebranded. Smaller dinners. Captions about learning the hard way. Posts about embracing imperfect seasons. If you didn't know the backstory, it almost looked healthy. I knew better. In my own life, things got simpler and better. I budgeted for myself instead of for other adults. I took weekend trips without checking anyone else's chaos first. I stopped living in crisis mode. I still used the spreadsheet. But I renamed it my balance. The old entries stayed as proof of what I'd carried. The new ones tracked different things: therapy sessions, savings milestones, time spent with people who didn't need me to shrink or fix or absorb blame to be loved. People love revenge stories where someone ends up publicly ruined. That wasn't mine. My family didn't go broke. They didn't beg. They didn't apologize either. They just had to live without the person they took for granted. And that was enough. The night my home burned down, they laughed and called it karma. A year later, their lives started unraveling, not because I set anything on fire, but because I finally stopped putting out flames I didn't start. If you've ever been the reliable one, the fixer, the strong one who somehow becomes the scapegoat when things go wrong, hear this clearly. You are allowed to step away. You are allowed to stop saving people who laugh when you're hurting. You are allowed to choose peace over proximity. The real karma in my story wasn't punishment. It was distance. And for the first time, I wasn't standing in smoke. I was breathing clean air, finally.